We're going to do multi-rounds. It's a little bit difficult to read, but we're going to do this now. So the way this works is currently the game operates in ticks. And essentially the way this works is we have these spawn batches, 0, 1, and 2. And they all operate in 0 to a certain number of ticks. And now what I'm doing essentially is I'm generating these batches in a list. And this is right here. This is what it looks like. It says this is round 1, tells me the experience points I gain by completing this round. And then it also gives me a list of enemies that spawn in a frequency and how many they spawn. And this one is no longer needed. And so you can see here that for all of these rounds, we have a certain list of enemies by how much they spawn. And now we can determine based on this list how long a spawning batch or a spawn batch lasts in the game in terms of ticks. And now what I want to do is I want to generate an index and an advance index to tell the game how far we advanced in certain rounds. And I want to turn this into meta progression essentially later on. So essentially what I have in the game is when we go to the town here, we click on this, we have this library where we can spend money in. And you can see at the bottom left, we have 50 gold right now, which is nothing. And this is going to be the currency, or it's going to be a different currency. We'll have to see. I might exchange this for seeds or something else that fits more the orange theme of the game. But for now, it's going to be gold. And one of these things is going to be how many rounds we can advance, and then a multiplier for how much money we can earn in that round. So for example, and let's hope we get this. Click on this here. I think it was U or P. No? L? And there was a hotkey for me to spawn these, but I guess we just have to get lucky. Let's see here. All right. It's like running 10 times, by the way. This is 10 times speed. I'm just trying to find a... let's see here. Give this guy more deeps. Oh, wow. I'm losing. Ah, here. You see how I just got 10 gold? Essentially, I have a way to farm gold in the level by random chance. These enemies drop something, and then later on there will be boss encounters that also drop these gold packages essentially. And so maybe I just turn this into golden oranges or something, another currency that we can spend in the library here. Something that we just collect in terms of meta progression, and then the meta progression will give us +1, +2, +3 advance rounds that we could, you know, where we could advance into the future. And in order to do this, we need the current round index and the advance index. And so in order to start programming this, we first have to do a git commit and push. Git add dot git commit -m save point. We have to save the game essentially, right? Save point before adding multi rounds. There we go. So the level state has a round index over here, and then we can generate another advanced round advance index. There we go. Now we have the data. We need to restart the game for this. Flow state mentioned. Yes, this is going to be the flow state. Flow state equals not reading chat, but still doing nothing. You're banned. You're banned. You're wrong. And it's toxic. Okay, now that we have this advanced round index, I want to test this. I would like to advance the round index by pressing a button. And in order to do that, we need to go into the update level function over here. And then we need to be running the level. Spawn system reloaded, essentially. When the level is running, if we press, and for now this is just going to be a key press, but it will be key pressed this frame. Then I want to do level state advanced round advanced index plus plus essentially. I just want to plus it for now. And which key will that be? Let's do the key R for the round, another round essentially. That's the first thing we need to do. And then for the spawn system reloaded, we need to give each round its own tick counter. So we have to go to struct round, and we have an int tick counter, which actually I just noticed is bad. Fuck, man. This sucks. It's bad. Shit. We can't do this.
Code and Gree, my man. Thank you for $3.
Stop using Paint. That belongs to Microsoft. It is not original.
Stop speaking English. You are not from the UK. That is cultural appropriation.
Why are you reacting to chat? That's other people's comments.
It's impossible. Big retard, don't help.
Bria, just chill, my dude.
Ah, we don't have Bria, Sanch. Yeah, my man, Code and Gree, I appreciate it, bro. I really do. Cake stealing his viewers' money, the same he steals all his content. Yes, true. True, yeah. Guys, we cannot put a tick counter on here. I just noticed, and I'll tell you why. So, I know how to do it now. It's kind of annoying, really, but we can do it. I just don't like it. You know, I just don't like it. So I'll tell you, round 1. Each of these rounds here have a spawn batch, essentially a round in them, okay? And this is a static const variable. Now, if you know anything about C++, you know that whenever you rebuild a DLL file, you are essentially resetting everything back to 0. When I hot reload my game, when I do Control-Shift-B, okay, and let's say, let me post this here. Let's say this guy is spawned, yeah, and I'd say mark A. How would I change let's mark this as A. Update level. And I stop updating entities. Okay? This is what happens. Now he's still. He doesn't do anything. I'm not updating them. Which means nothing moves. Nothing's happening. Now I start updating entities again. And it spawns all of the enemies in one place. So essentially I have a way to hot reload my game, is what I'm trying to tell you. And when I do this, I rebuild the dynamically loaded library with the new code that I have in here. And what that means is this stuff right here gets defined again. And if I have a tick counter, okay, that I track the ticks for the round in. If I hot reload my game, that tick counter is set back to 0, but I'm still in the middle of the level, which means I essentially spawn all of the enemies from the start in an instant. Okay, I essentially reset the spawning system. So I cannot put this on the round, essentially. It can't be here. But, that being said, we can put it on the level state here in a 2-dimensional array, and we can call this round tick counters. Now, this level state right here is not something that is living inside of the dynamically loaded library. This lives outside of it. This lives in the engine, in the heap. And therefore, this data stays the same no matter how many times I rebuild the dynamically loaded library, the DLL, the game. And so because I pass this to the game as memory to be used. And so we can use that here. And then in the spawn system reloaded. Actually, it should be here, right? Level state spawn counters. Spawn counters. Spawn counters. Ah, I see. This would be round tick counters in this case. Guys, we aren't going to resolve this in Cakez chat. I think we maybe should resolve this ballot box and let the stream continue. Or you guys are still arguing about the reaction thing? Yeah, maybe you should do it somewhere else. I mean, maybe you guys just don't agree on this. Yeah, what about that? That's why we have a discussion debate. I guess you're having a debate right now. Yeah, I think you guys are still like, you know, what I find good in this case, you two have been debating this for a long time and no one called the other guy an idiot or a dumbass yet. So you guys are doing good, you know. I've had much worse discussions about C++. Yeah. So, yet. Fluffy Unicorn is an idiot. That's rich coming from you, dumbass. The idiot is right, you're doing good. How's the game doing, Cakez? Yeah. Well, we are implementing it right now. Okay, so now that we have this, we need to go to spawn system reloaded over here. And we need to change this. So, we need to turn this into a loop, essentially. We need to turn this into a loop. And this is the way it will work. We need to do a for. Flow state activated. Now, okay, so round index is the level state. Oh. Okay, this is essentially how we're gonna do this. Plus, and then, oops. There we go. So, this is how we're going to get our rounds. Guys, what? Stop it. Skip song. Cakez, there's a huge bug. Cakez, it looks really bad that green direction arrows are above the tree. I know. I will fix that. But off stream, that doesn't matter right now. Almost 3 hours into your stream and all you did was drawing some sprite in your mouse position at an offset. Yeah, I fixed the bug. And we talked about Unity stuff. Palworld stuff. Okay, bruv? Shut the fuck up, bitch. Round edx. There we go. Now we got the rounds. And then for each round, we need to get the elapsed ticks and tick them. When do we tick again? We tick here. So essentially, if we tick here, then for each round, we do the batches. And then we do round. Wait, so level. State. Wait a minute. Batch. Ah, I see. This is just tick counters for rounds. We don't need the second array index. There we go. And then I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh. Wait, what does it say? Size of max rounds. There we go. And then the level state. Round tick counters on round index. Plus plus. Now, this is the round. Actually, we should turn this into an int reference. Round. Ah, or round ticks. Wait. Round tick counter is this. Now we have a reference, and then we can say round tick counter. Then we have a const int here that stays the same. And then over here we say, hey, Zoe! It's so loud! Round tick counter plus plus. What is she doing? Can you guys hear this? Oh, she's crying now. Cry quieter? Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Let's test if this still works. It doesn't spawn the enemies, it looks like. Elapsed ticks, time start. Level state, enemies left to spawn, round tick counter, level state tick counter. I'm pretty sure I'm still using the level state tick counter here somewhere. It does spawn them, but it doesn't spawn the enemies. Or maybe I'm still updating enemies now, though. That's odd. Anyone else staring at the green arrows? Really? Flow interrupt, nice problem we have though. Nice problem to have though. Yeah, like she's cute, man. I have to say. I'm looking at Aizen's balls. What the fuck? Because of this message cakes. Yeah, the distance. The distance between them. I know. So I can't really make them spawn at a fixed step. That's the problem, bro. I don't know how to do it. The arrows currently spawn in the unlocked rendering. And that is obviously inconsistent. Like we talked about with the fixed time step. But the problem is when I run the fixed time step simulation loop, it essentially spawns the arrows too fast. That's the problem. It spawns them too fast. If I let the game run 10 times, it spawns these arrows with 10 times the speed. And so I don't want to do that. I want them to be slow. Known bug. Yeah, it's. I know this. I still have to deal with this, but they are better already than they were yesterday. For some reason it does not. Hey! Working. Okay? Fucking baby. Hey, why do you not spawn enemy, bruv? Why do you not spawn enemy, bro? Huh? I don't understand. Why you not spawn enemy? It does spawn an enemy. Let's see here. It doesn't spawn it. Oh. I wonder. Ah, wait. Wait, what the fuck am I doing here? This one was bad. And also, this is the spawn system. Then over here for the UI, calculate enemies left to spawn. This needs to be the same loop. I need to take care of Zoe in a second, guys. My wife's still making pancakes. I don't know how long it can take you to make fucking pancakes, bruv. Like, holy... Whoops. She's still doing the pancakes. Oh, she's done. You done with the pancakes? Ah, okay, cool. Danke. Good. Good. Do it yourself then. The pancakes are not for me. They are for her.
Gotcha, bitch.
So. Okay, bro. We shouldn't take the tick counter. So I guess we have to advance. Not advance. We have to take... She left the baby here! Hey! Bro! What are you doing? What? Alright, okay, I'm back. Now it should work. Why is it increasing the round? Yeah. It's kinda annoying. Calculate enemies left to spawn. Why would that not work? Yeah. Round tick counter. Round tick counter plus plus. Wait, that's not calculating the enemies left to spawn. That's here. Round tick counter. Elapsed ticks. Elapsed ticks. Enemies left to spawn. Start ticks. Frequency. Sounds reasonable to me. Does it not go in here? Maybe that's the issue. Okay, now we're getting it. And carbon printer, thank you very much for following, man. It keeps increasing the rounds to 50. And then it... Oh man, this is so annoying right now. Why is this happening? And why is it not going in here?
Gotcha, bitch.
Ah, it needs to be less than or equal to. That's why. I had a simple equal issue.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. Valok and difficult name, Katya. Thank you guys for following. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're getting done with stuff now. We're starting done stuff now. Oh my god, Godot and C++ was a combination. But too much for my head. If only I was C#. Hello, hello, all chat. Oh, you're in Unity, enjoyer. Cakes give up, no progress in 3 hours. That's what a pussy would do. We're not giving up because of no progress. All right, guys, let's see. Eh? Aha. Aha. It's spawning enemies. Haha. That means we are now spawning enemies using the new spawn system. And that means... Please tell me that works, man. Please tell me that works. Come on. Work. Now, when I press the R key... I shouldn't have pressed R. Okay, it doesn't work, guys. It doesn't work. It does not work. Why? It doesn't go in here. Key press this frame. Oh, because the R key is consumed. No, guys, the R key is consumed, that's why. So if it was a different key, like for example one that I don't use, which is V, then that would work. Oh wow, I want to see what happens now. I want to restart the round. Let's see. Wait, restart rounds, yeah. V. Has no impact. Did I do so? I see, so it needs to be running. Haha. It does work now. Wow, 58. Wow, look at this, guys. It works. I can spawn all the enemies. It keeps going up. Look at this. So what should the round say, though? What would round say? In which round we are? Are we in round 5? More, please? Guys, I can't beat these, you know? Damn, look at the enemies coming on here, bro. Goodness. That's quite a few enemies. I mean, that's a couple of skeletons, I have to say. Yeah. Each click should just add the next round's enemies. So round plus plus. Okay. By the way, this happens because of interpolated rendering. For those of you who are wondering why this stutters, we have a fixed time step that is very big. Actually, you know, guys, what is crazy? I want to tell you something. You might have not have noticed, but the game was running, the simulation loop of the game was running in 30 frames per second. I was actually simulating the game in only 30 frames per second. Yep. We had an update loop of 30 FPS. Did you make a game over screen? Yeah, I did it a long time ago in Vulkan, but it's crashed right now. Cakez give up, no progress in 3 hours to struggle with the most basic problems and I get distracted. Quit programming and do what you do best, become a full-time React clown. You're banned. See you in 5 minutes. Sergino, good morning. Thank you very much for following. I think you will not need to worry about performance optimizations. No, I just found it funny. I don't think I will, but maybe I have to. It depends. Now, guys, I want to do something and you guys will like it. We are gonna take it from Kingdom Rush, essentially. I've played Kingdom Rush off stream a little bit. You know, doing some research. Kingdom Rush. There you go. I wanna show the early round. I wanna take a look at the early round icon. Not balloons, not balloons. So I've been stuck at this one level here, trying to get 3 stars, which is a really difficult level. And yeah, essentially I just wanna take a look at this icon, right? Great. It doesn't work. Now it does. Okay. This game is so good. Yeah, I love this game too. But essentially you can... So essentially my strategy, by the way, for this was to go for maximum mage towers here, even though these have magic resistance and they don't. The mage towers were just a better choice. And then just, you know, use the ice dude here. But what I want to show you guys, more importantly, is a certain icon. Not this icon here. Howdy, looks sweet. Just got into game development this past week. Oh, that's awesome, bro. And how you liking it so far? This icon right here. Wait a minute. It always switches the freaking screen. There we go. I know why it has wings. We're not gonna play the game right now. Donnie, thank you very much for following. I just wanna have, you know, some inspiration for an icon that we could use to start rounds early. And I like this a lot. And the cool thing is we already have the icon for this, which is here. I'm just gonna make it better. I love it. I've been learning how to code for the past few months, but this gave me an opportunity to mess around with art and music. I'm not very good at any of it yet, though. Yeah, it takes time to learn this, but keep going, bro. Keep going. It's a grind, and if you enjoy the grind, you will ultimately get somewhere. All right, where do we put that icon? It's a UI thing, of course. Maybe here somewhere. I still have to redesign these icons, these buttons to look like this. I don't know how many. I think these are... I think these are just tests, right? Let's put this here. Oh, wait, that's even empty. Okay. These were just tests, so they... Wait a minute. Get rid of this. Wow, this is all not in one. Okay, wait, so... Layer 14 has something. Put it on sprites. Layer 10. Layer 11. Okay, so this was on layer 11. Not sure why. Now we can get... No. Control Z.
Gotcha, bitch.
Let's get rid of these. Why? Huh? Oh, it's on layer 11 and put it in sprites. And then... Okay. I hate that. Can I just please... I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Put it in sprites, bro. Just put it in sprites and just let me get rid of this. Oh my god. What's the most difficult thing to do, bro? Can't believe this. Incredible. All right. Goodness. God. All right. But we got it now. That was annoying. I wanna draw a circle around this and maybe even an arrow. I guess I'll do the same thing they do. Looks really good. I like it. Circle. Oops. Dude. Please just work. Please just work, okay? Thank you. There we go. Okay, so that's what I want. I want to have a circle that's uneven, essentially. Is that it? Shit. That's not it. Or is it? No. This is perfectly in the... Actually, this is it. Okay. It's offset by a pixel to the right. No? In this case, it's not. Okay, now, I want this to be... I guess I'll copy exactly what they do. I like it. It needs to be dark, though. Perfectly dark, I think. For it to lift off. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Now, we need a background for this. Which I guess we could make it blue. Yeah, I mean, why not? And then we need to make another circle here. In this color, please. I think the circle here is too small. No. Yeah, I think I like that. And then we need the arrow too. Maybe that was a bit too much. I like the previous meta. You mean just this? And then we just add in the arrow here. Are you adding the loading bar too? I don't know yet, to be honest. Fuck, they have a perfectly... I mean, it's still fine, I guess. That looks bad. I would have to do it like this, essentially. That looks really bad. Maybe don't make it an arrow, be transformative and make it a square. You're kind of pissing me off with this message, you know? Because I know what it implies. And I was done with the discussion. You know, sir? See you in 5 minutes. Edge. Looks like a condom. Yeah. Doesn't look too good. You guys are right. This looks kind of bad. How do we do this? Now, obviously, what I could do, right, is move this in. Then go over the sprites. Actually, it is on layer 14. And then say, okay, fine. We take the skull here, move it in by 1. That works as well. Right, now it's a bit thinner. That could work too. You know, that's possible. Then we could say, okay, fine. This is what it looks like. We should remove this ban button for Cakez. It's fun for him. Yeah, Ben aka Jason, thank you very much for following earlier, man. I think we do it like this for now. And I want to move this up and down over time. And so, when should we be able to start the next round, by the way? Should it always be there, or should there be a minimum time required for you to start the next round? This is a very furrowed brow, like the one when he rages. I mean, we could even do what they do here. Generate an arrow like this. And then, you know, maybe, just maybe, have something like that. Then over here we have the very dark line. Maybe that? I think it would be too much then, though. Maybe this is good enough. This one looks better here to the right. I like that more. Maybe it's because of the separation. Like, for example, this right here. It's a little bit separated. Where am I drawing right now? Shit. Oh god, half of it is done there, half of it is the other one, is done the other one. God damn it! Okay, wait, I shouldn't have drawn here. Layer 14. I need to operate here. Okay. Let's see, so we could essentially do this. Wait. Do we though? Oh no, this is not perfect. This is 5 and this is 6. Oh no, I didn't even think about that. Wait a minute. Sorry about this. Maybe we move this in by 1 then. And then we go over down here and we just move this in by 1 too. Guys, I think this circle would look different. Shit. Ah, bro. Asian skull. Why can I not draw here? Oh. Yeah, this is what it would look like. It would look like this. So essentially, I have to do some corrections to the sides here. On layer sprites, we have to do a correction here, like this. And then it looks like a real circle. That's really important, by the way, because otherwise it kind of fucks up the visuals of the game. It's a pixel art game. That's why we need to be pixel perfect here. Yeah, I like that more. Cool. And then essentially we can also do this. I think I like this. And then over here, we make this a bit brighter. Like that. And then maybe we give it a nice little highlight. There we go. Guys, what do you think? What do you think about this? Wholesome chat. Hello. Ah, my man. Cash Cat. Welcome back, my brother. What is this for, Cakez? Scare bias? So hold on my groin. Like, I know that you made a sprite for me and it looks really good, you know. For those of you who don't know, Hold on my groin made me this sprite. But,
Gotcha, bitch.
Bro, like, I think you're being really awfully toxic here. This looks really good. I don't know what your problem is, bro, but, yeah. Dude, I like you. ... Doesn't come off like you like me, bro. Doesn't it really come off that you like me, I have to say. I have to say that. It's, I think this looks good. Yep. So I think I'm just gonna put it here. Like I had before. Yeah, like this. Let's export this. What do we call this, guys? It's a sprite. Nonetheless. But what name should we give it? Assets. What do you think this is? And Meo, Mega Meo, thank you very much for following, man. Kingdom Rush start arrow. It's kind of, you know, it is kind of toxic to say that, you know. Let's see here. Town, mission previews, chest open, chest arrow, sprite. Next round. Sprite next round. Icon, I guess. It's not an icon. Next round, icon, I guess. Skull next wave. Well, that's sprite, skull next wave. Very good idea, man. Thank you. See, this is one of the viewers, Apex Doofus, who's not here very regularly. Chest open. And he's still nice. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate your effort to help me. All right, let's see. It is on 1152-144. Whoops. 1152-144. There we go. Yay! Good. Nice. Cakez are not... it's not like your game has a coherent theme. Tangy versus skeletons. What is that? What is the story here? Story is secondary at the moment, bro. Don't care. Alright. Now. We need to draw this icon whenever we can. And so we need some sort of meta progression stat thing that will tell us. Let's see here. Meta progression. Guys, do you realize that we are starting to develop the full game at the moment? We are now adding in a meta progression that will be part of the final product. That is not just a stat boost. It is actually making the game different, changing the game in meaningful ways. Meta progression power-ups. Meta progression. Meta progression power-ups. There's got to be target stat, level, sprite, lore equals marketing. No, you mean lore equals marking. Don't you remember from the video, bro? Don't you remember from the Jonas Tyrola video? It's not how you spell marketing. This is your captain speaking. Fight will take off in 10 minutes. Level, max level. Unfortunately, I don't really have a good... It always takes a stat that it targets, because it was just stat boosts. I kinda need to have a different type of meta progression now. So then wait a minute. Wait a minute. How do I do? Stat? Meta progression power-ups. Gold generation, attack, placement cost, cooldowns, starting hearts, fire resist, cold resist, lighting resist, fire damage, cold damage, lighting damage, health, healing power, health regeneration, enemy spawn rate. It's an actual stat in the game. Oh man, so how do I do that if it's a target stat? So essentially what I have is different stats in the game. And I kinda created some meta progression, except for true damage, I guess. I kinda created some of these. I need to think how I do meta progression, because I don't want it to be... I don't want it to dilute the stats, essentially, because there's many objects in the game that carry these stats, and the more stats I create, the worse it gets. I need to make at least a solution for tomorrow. Consider this later and continue coding, dreamers. I do not want to have a stat that increases my rounds hearts or my spawn rate. I do want to have a construct in a way
Gotcha, bitch.
where I can add certain numbers together. So what would a meta progression stat be? So this is what we have here, by the way. A meta progression power up. It could affect the stat, but I don't want it to affect too many stats. Cause stat changes for meta progression are boring. So for example, physical damage. I don't want to give my units more damage. I want to give my units conditional damage. So for example, one of the... I'll give you a list of meta progression power-ups that we're going to add to the game. And then we can figure out the data. So for example, 10, 20, 50% increased spawn rate of enemies. This is one. Then over here, 10, 20, I don't know, 30% increased damage when placed alone. Increased tower damage when placed alone. And then today we had another new meta progression power up that I found really cool, which is what was it? Ah yeah. 1, 2, 3. Start rounds early. Earn 10, 20, 30% more money. So these are gameplay changing power-ups that affect the way you play the game. So these stats, and then maybe we can have some generic like +5, +10, +20 hearts. These are, you know, the lives in the game. Okay, so these are very different stats. And it will be difficult to also to, you know, generate text for those. HP Jonas Art, hello there, good morning. And what is this clown emote there? Should I ban you? Like, who are you pointing at? Chat? Do as bards do. Thank you very much for following. And Hyper Cyclist, thank you very much for following as well, man. Good morning, guys. I just like this emoji. I see. Yeah. I forgot this book screen existed. Yeah, we will have to rework this. We will create a gradient, clean up the UI, make these buttons better. And this one here at the bottom will make that better too. It's all a little too big. And so I need to figure out a stat. The clown is a game sprite, by the way. No, the clown is a sprite made by viewers. Morning, I appreciate the note taking in your code. Really? You mean this? This note here? So how would we create then such a struct? Power up, I guess. Let's call it power up. How would a power up... Well, a power up should have a sprite ID, of course, right? And it should have a name. Then what? What would a power up do? Well, it definitely has an int level. Correct. And then I guess we need to generate an int max level as well. Because there could be many different levels to those. So now what about these different types of... What about these different types of power-ups? How do I do this? So for example, increasing the spawn rate of my enemies. Or giving tower damage when placed alone. Or the starting rounds early. How about I do that? I feel like I need this. Why have power-ups when there's no gameplay? There is gameplay. This is part of it. You just do not understand. We are currently working on the core gameplay loop. Do you get it? A power-up is something that I get by getting... You know what? Shut the fuck up, bitch. Okay? I'm getting myself a coffee. I'm making a coffee right now. Okay? Thank you. Core gameplay loop is go on a mission, earn money, spend money outside the mission. On meta progression. I don't make it as a function that takes the game state and returns the modified game state. Yeah, so what we'll have later on, obviously, is we have a void function apply meta progression. Like that. And then... it doesn't really work 100% for everything, but it does work in a way. Oh, Demon, good morning. How's it going, Diomon? It would be apply meta progression, and that's essentially where it would go through the list of power-ups. And so what we would have here is like a static power-up array, I guess. Or just power-ups. And this would be a const, of course, because we don't want to change it. And then in there, we would have these different types of power-ups, of course. Did you manage to fix the circle issue from yesterday? Yes, I did, actually. The Tangerine has now not only that fixed, but we also managed to fix this. I'll show you. We can do step debugging and show the colliders. I can also now... So this works and it's smooth, essentially. Take a look at this. Smooth. I interpolate the position of the sword now as well. There's still a couple of hiccups here. When the sword jumps a couple of places. But it works. It's smooth, yeah. Exactly. It's not perfect yet, but it is smooth, and that's the most important thing. And so whenever we see the game, it looks smooth. Which it should be. And you know what the cool thing is, actually? The game is running at 30 frames per second. I'm simulating the sword at 30 frames per second, which is awfully low. The delta time step that I used to animate the sword is very high. Tick rate, yeah, it's the tick rate. Yeah, these are 30 updates per second. Essentially, I kind of want to call it ticks per second. Ticks per second is better. Anyways, so yeah. And now we're generating a new power-up idea for meta progression. And we have collected some interesting meta progressions already. 4 in total, and they all are very unique. So I can start rounds early. I can increase the tower damage when placed alone, and the enemies spawn 20, 10, 20, 50% more, which I guess would increase my gold generation or something. We'll have to see what I get from this as well. Are you using an easing on the animation? Looks like, yeah, I use multiple easings on the animation, yeah. And the reason why the sword on the low speed looks weird is because there is a current and previous position issue still. Kinda. Which I have to fix that, but we'll do that later, much later. So yeah, we're currently designing a power-up to be generic, and I mean, what we could do here is essentially, I don't know, we could have in enum, right? Types, and then we could call this, I don't know, the power-up spawn rate. You know, and then we would just have power-up count. And this, whoops. Hey, bro. This would be power-up Lone Ranger. We called this Lone Ranger, by the way. Hey, stop it. Lone Ranger. Here. And then over here we have the power-up early rounds. And then power-up hearts. Or starting hearts. Something like this. Hello Tapir, long time no see. Hope you have a good day, bro. Oh, Coffee Lava tried to gift Mr. Almeida a sub, but Mr. Almeida is not... Yeah, it's funny on my side too. Damn, that's very generous of you, Mr. Real Supoku. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. How does increased spawn rate power up when it makes the round more difficult, I guess? See, I still have to think about this, by the way. Not of everything is perfectly balanced yet. But an increased spawn rate could do something, which I don't know yet exactly what it is, but maybe in the future there will be some ingredient, like maybe some crafting, maybe some stuff that I want to get from the level, and then an increased spawn rate means it spawns more enemies, which means I can find more of this. We'll have to see. I'll keep it there for now, and then we'll just build the game around that. If there's no reason to use it, I can just get rid of it in the future. And so essentially we could do this, right? And then we have power up count here. But I don't really like it too much, because now I have to figure out, okay, what to do in each different type of power up. Enemies kill drop gold, so if the enemies more spawn more go too. Yeah, that's for example one thing. Wait, Coffee Lava? Did I call someone Coffee Lava? Seems like hell to balance. No, I don't think so, to be honest, too much. We'll have to see. Maybe we should consider if the player wants like this. I want it, so I'm gonna put it in the game, bitch. There is meta progression in every game that I like, and I add it to my game too. And it makes sense in this game, okay? It gives the player something to work towards. And I don't want to have a discussion about whether we want this in a game. I want to have a discussion about how we can implement this in a game. Okay, bruv? Now, can we please move on? Thank you. So we could have a type. Ignore player feedback. There is no player feedback yet. I will not ignore player feedback, but I will look at stats. Thank you very much for following. Like you unlock them outside the rounds, yeah. Are those hero parts... Are the heroes part of the meta progression? No, the heroes will be unlocked by completing certain quests in the game that are hidden, in a way. So, for example, in the very beginning, you start with one hero, and you unlock your first hero on round 5. And when you unlock that hero, you... that is the first condition to unlock that hero. And then there will be more conditions for that in the future. Not using enum class, power up type. Calm, calm, rage, calm. Remember when upgrades were a random choice of 3 for a minute and we never got to play that version? Yeah, well, because I did play that version And that wasn't very fun. Because ultimately what you would do is you would keep re-rolling the choices until you got the ones that you wanted. And that didn't really work out. Ignore player feedback because they're not the one making the game based. True. Guys, I need to go to the bathroom quickly, okay? I'm gonna let the game play. Yeah, be right back really quickly. Guys, I have the solution. I think, mostly. I have the solution. We do enums, power up type enums, and I just have this solution to this, essentially. I have this one right here. That's the big one. That would be early. This one would be. It would be described like this. The description of the text would be something like advance, and we could make this with text a little bit. It's a bit better. This doesn't lag. So advance X rounds into the future, or allows you okay. This is, and then this, the X right here would be green. Okay, or not this green, but this green right here. Okay, and I guess it would be a big X. And then, right here, it would be the icon for the spawning seeds. And then it would say plus, and that would be in green too, plus 25% plus, or let's say 10% per round. And then over here, plus 5% per round. Now what is that? Let's get this here. One time we talk about this. It would look something like this. And I can generate this with text, by the way. It's possible for me to generate this in text. And then over here, this would be, you know, the other currency that we have in the game, which are those, these seeds. Oh wow, I can make this bigger too. Wow, that's awesome. Cool. I didn't know that. Damn, that's really cool. Wait, so get rid of this. I can actually do that. I didn't know that. And that's awesome. Look at this. So this is essentially how I'm gonna do it. Transparent selection. In a way. Shouldn't it store how many times you rush? And in the next rush should iterate on the previous rush bonus? I'm not sure what you are saying here. To be honest, Savarok. Why coding solutions always come to our heads when we're at the bathroom or close to sleep? I don't know why, man, HP Jonas. I can't tell you why that is. But ultimately, this is how I want to structure this. I want it to be some... If we're talking about UI, maybe we have the pop-ups here. I mean, it kind of doesn't fit in a small little window here. So I'll have to think about how I generate this. Or maybe like this. Text to the left. Data to the right. Like that. And then I guess a buy button here. You guys can't see that, but I'll show you like a buy button here. I love designing in Paint. But I need the money. I guess I'll put the money on top. Huh. Maybe there will be some cards at the top. How much money this costs. You know. And then that says, I don't know, 2000. And then we need to somehow, somewhere put the level. Needs to be there too. So this would be like in the middle. Maybe this would be to the right. Something like this. And then over here we would have 1 out of 3 or something. Something like this. Like rush round 1. Rush again in round 8. Considering this game is rushed twice, I should get a higher bonus the second time I rush this game that awards rushing multiple times. Well, we'll have to see about the rewards, but essentially every time you rush a round and the previous round is still going, per rushed round I get 10% more money. And now at some point obviously these rounds are over. And if I don't rush, then the bonus disappears. So as long as I have at least 1 rushed round, I get the bonus. That's how I see it. You skip boss rounds with this? You cannot skip boss rounds. You don't skip. Rushing around means spawning the enemies right now. Starting to spawn the enemies right now. So essentially the way this works is, if we have a timeline and round 1 starts here on 0, then round 1 could spawn here, but you could potentially just, and then at this point here for 0, obviously, right, 0 is over here. This is when 0 is over. For me it means skip rounds. Well, if advance is a bad thing to say, then we need a better word. It's essentially starting this early, starting it here. And so for this period here, for this part, you would get these bonuses. That's how I'm thinking about it currently. Meta progression. We're talking about meta progression here. That is the idea. 10% per round also sounds like it would stay at the end of the map. Instead of advancing rounds, why not just have the option to make rounds more difficult for the bonus? Yeah, but that's, guys, that's how you invest into multiple meta progression stats. So this is just one. It's called early rounds. We have another one here that is called, I don't know how we want to call this, Deadly Force or Deadly Swarm. And now we have to design that too. What happens if you spawn more enemies all the time? What would be the rewards? Well, 10% more money or something? Like, we'll have to figure out a better reward, of course, than always more money. But so this one here would be Lone Ranger. What would this do? Well, I guess it does more damage when he's alone. Is that faster spawn or more enemy spawn? It's essentially if you spawn an enemy every second and you increase that by 50%, now you spawn an enemy, I think, every 0.5 seconds. I don't know how I would calculate this. So let's say let's say we spawn an enemy every 60 seconds. No, not 60 seconds. That's too little. 1,000 milliseconds. And we increase the spawn rate by 50%. How would I calculate that? Would I do times 0.5? And a spawn rate of 100% would be... I want to spawn twice as many enemies on 100%. So we can't do 0.5 here. No, 1.5 for 50%. 1.5. So if we have 1,000 milliseconds. 1,000 milliseconds. Plus 50% would be 1.5. So I guess I take 1,000 and I divide that by 1.5.
Gotcha, bitch.
Is that it? Why divide? You multiply it? No, because... how do I explain this? I have a fixed time step in my game, okay? So I update my game 30 times in 1 second. These are called ticks, okay? This 30 right here, this is how many ticks I have a second. So if I spawn an enemy on every 15th tick, that means I spawn 2 enemies in 1 second. Okay, I spawn 1 enemy on 15 and I spawn 1 enemy on 30. Now, if I want to increase that by 50%, I need to reduce this rate to 10 or something. I would assume 10. So I would do 15 and divide that by 1.5. That would be 10, yeah. So now, instead of spawning 2 enemies in 1 second, I spawn 3. Because I spawn 50% more. 1 enemy more. And so I guess I need to divide it by 1.5, guys. I found it out. So that's essentially what we need to do. Yeah, so essentially that's what we're doing. 12 is a better base. It has nothing to do with base, bro. It has to do with a timer and tick to rates and stuff like that. It has nothing to do with 10 or 12 in this case. It's just an example. Does it need a bonus on top of that because we have more enemies and therefore more rewards? I don't know. We'll have to test it out, but yeah. I don't know about the name yet, so yeah. Cakez, let's see the spawns in action. I doubt Godot can handle 66 enemies in 1,000. This is not Godot, Potter. But... my game can handle 600 enemies. So yeah, we're gonna do it like this. I'm going to use enums. And then in order to generate 1 power-up with a description, that needs to be a function. So to get the description of a certain power-up will always be a different type of description. Godot uses Vulkan. Yeah, I think Godot can use it as well. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do tomorrow. And then, you know, the reason why we need these power-ups, by the way, is so that we can implement early rounds. What I could potentially do in the game right now to finalize what we started today, which, you know, was essentially starting rounds early, and we implemented the code for that. And we also have a nice little icon. I could quickly go to rendering. It's called something rendering. Uncapped? No. Shit. I don't know what it is called. It's unlocked. Okay, unlocked rendering. And in the game, it's UI. When we are running the level, we have input here. Let's collapse that. In level UI. There we go. So draw UI. What we could do here is, and this is, you know, this would be the if condition. Meta progression check. You know, level greater than 0 essentially. But essentially, yeah, we have this check if, you know, the power up dot level is greater than 0 or something, right? Then this is where we do the early rounds. So essentially this is early rounds. And then I just want to do if do button. And that takes in the sprite. Oh guys, what was it called again? I forgot the name. It's called Skull Next Wave. This next wave skull on all the paths, essentially. For path reference, path in game, in level, state, paths, a level. Is it okay? Game state level? Is it level? Okay, so it's game state level dot paths. Yeah, so we get the paths, and then for all of those paths, we do a button to start the next wave, I think. Or maybe only for the first one, we'll have to see. We do that on the path dot waypoints 0 dot I guess middle or position plus a 0 and let's say minus 20 or something. If we do this button, oh yeah, we also need a line ID. And this is unfortunately where we have to exchange the for loop to an index-based for loop. Unfortunately. Why? Is because I need the index now to generate a line ID. That is different every time for each button. Does it though? Doesn't really matter actually. If I click one button, I click all of them. Yeah, actually that's fine. It's totally okay. Line ID 1. And then we do a level state advance round advanced index plus plus. And then there's another to-do condition here. Max advance stuff like that. We need to maximize the advance. We can't just advance indefinitely. All game engines are a barrier to low-level language. Yeah, Godot can use Vulkan, but for Godot the bottleneck is GD script. I would assume so. It does make sense to put it that way, yeah. Because GD script can only run so fast. It is not memory managed, yeah. Anyways, guys, let's take a look. Ah, wait. We didn't save it. Guys, it might be because it's here. It's not here. How do I do this then? So, like, okay, how do I code this? The path starts off outside the world, of course. And like I need to go a little bit further to the right, but what if the path is like something like this? Like, do I need to like push this in a way? Like, it's difficult, right? What if it's like this? Should it be along the line? Something like a sample point that makes sense? It needs another node for it, I guess. Yeah, something, right? We need some... I guess we could say that always the first... Like, now that I designed... See, this is one of the things. Let's say I designed 10 levels now, okay? This will be a mechanic in the game. I would have to go to each of these levels, check if I have a second waypoint right after the start. And if I don't, I would have to do this for all the levels, by the way. For all the levels. Isn't that awesome? Nice time waste, right? Oh god, is that annoying? Is there no way to add a point in between these two? No, it's not. Great. Might even be faster. Oh god, is that annoying? Okay, well, fine. We just do it like this. Fine, we just move them. Fast. Oops. Yep. At least I have this editor. That's like a win. Imagine if I didn't have this editor. That would be annoying. There we go. Let's fix those here. So that's the point. I want it to be here. I kind of want it to be smooth. Very nice. Looks okay to me. That's a little bit too far. I should probably turn this into a click situation where I control click and then I click the one behind. So that it's always grabbing the blue one in front. It's kind of tedious at the moment. Doesn't handle very well. There we go. Why do we need to do this? Why? To add more gameplay to the game. More options. Starting rounds early is part of gameplay. You don't have to use it, but you can. Why not, mate? Yeah, why not? I like it. I like that idea. It's something I engage with regularly in... I engage with this on a regular basis in Kingdom Rush. No, I meant why do we need the extra waypoint at the start? Well, so... Let's say I don't have this point here. I need to determine a point where to display the icon. This icon right here. So that it indicates me properly where the enemies, where the like the start of this thing is. Did you make this editor where you add remove points and drag the points and move strings around? Yeah, I did make this editor a long time ago. And it evolved over time. Hi, stupid question, but why not make the road texture follow the path? Oh, yeah, like Ramis told me this too. There's a way to auto-tile this in a way where I can just build roads and it generates me the surrounding tiles around the road so I can iterate on level designs faster. Yeah. And then maybe have a path follow the roads as well. Yes. This is an idea for the future. A system to implement when I'm rapidly designing new levels and I need more new levels. Right now, I just have one level. And this one level is enough. Okay, so they all walk back. Not sure why they do that, but okay. Anyway, so instead of using waypoints on 0, we can use waypoints on 1, which is obviously not great. I probably want to have a better Yeah, so now we have this button here. We can click it, and then it adds another round. And you can see that it adds more and more rounds. Now, obviously, I have to implement this in a better way. I can't just keep displaying this all the time. You know? Now it spawns all the enemies. That's not how I want it to be. They had to go to waypoint 2, then they started running back. Yeah, maybe they did, yeah. True. What up, Cakes? Hey, half a flock on YouTube. Good morning. Nothing wrong, bro? I know you guys remember how I asked about the Gothic 1 demo access? Now I got an answer. Looks like they can't share this with me, which, you know, I parked first because I thought I could, but they can't. However, he told me that I could potentially get a key close to release, so I don't have to buy the game. That's POC 2. So you have waypoints, positions. That you can add to the button using the vector from the first point to the second, no? Yes, but... Yes, I could potentially go from the first waypoint to the second waypoint, and then... You can thank me later, bro? Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I probably want to... I don't know how I'm gonna do this, to be honest. I don't know. It could be that the waypoint is outside. I'm just trying to figure out, like, you could say the distance from, yeah, you could say like, okay, from number 1 to number 2, close to the edge of the screen, essentially. We go from the first waypoint to the second waypoint. And that would be this. First to second. And then I just generate the vector to position or something. To this. Oh, wait, so this is gonna be 1. And this is gonna be 0, right? We'll have to see which way that is. I always forget that. And then we plus that first to second. The vector, then we would be on the second. Right, let's put it here first. Let's see. Is that it? Is that correct? Now we should be on the second. Eh? Nothing changed. Eh? We are on the second, of course. I'm a moron. Okay, wait. Oh, wait. It closes too? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's bad. It shouldn't delete. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Why is it deleting too? Okay, no, it does work. Okay. I think it has to do with the order or something in the array. Or something, I don't know why. Okay, let's say we have this. I don't want to do this again, but okay, so now it's on the second. And then I guess I'll put it to... I don't know, we'd say 10%. Oh, not 10, sorry. 10% towards the second. And then that's obviously outside still. F? Yeah, F, bro. We almost have it, guys. We almost have it. It's 10% towards the second. Yeah, you see that? And then what I'll do here... I don't know, let's say 5% towards the second. I just try to generate a position. Position.x is clamp position.x between 14 and world size.x minus 14. And then we could call this const float padding, which would be 14, and then we can control this later. And we say padding. And we do the same thing for y. We clamp this between padding and padding. What? What are you talking about? Requires 3 arguments. Oh, I see. Position.x. Position.y. There we go. Maybe this works. What do you guys think? Huh? Like this. And then I can always... Easy. I can always spawn the enemies outside far enough. And if I notice that one of these icons is too far in the middle here, because maybe, you know, one of my waypoints is too far in the middle, like this, then I'm like, okay, bro, how about I need to move this in a little bit, or move this out a little bit further, so that we clamp. I want to see how this works when I do this. I think that's fine. It goes perfectly over this. If I move this down here, like into some arbitrary... It is a little bit odd. You see how I bob this over here? We'll have to see. This map to be looking like the first map of Bloons. Yes, sir, that is correct. And the reason why I do this is so that I can advertise my game as the Bloons game, heavily inspired game by Bloons that it is. It's for recognizability and kind of marketing in a way, where people click on the picture more because they know what the game is about. Without having to read any titles or anything. They see Bloons like, and then they're like, oh cool, let me check it out. Okay guys, I think this works mostly. It's not perfect. Oh wow, this works not at all. This doesn't work at all, guys. Depending on where I put this thing. Okay, I have to test this a bit more, guys. This is bad. Let's see here. Nah. Depending on how the angle is. Yeah, I'll have to test it a bit more. But essentially here, boom. I can start more rounds. That's called stealing. I'm not stealing, bro. Yeah, okay, so then tomorrow we're going to implement these meta progression power-ups. Right here. And then we are going to clean up some of the stats for this as well. Man, today no one is online. Crazy. Let me see. Wukong? I don't have time for Wukong. Can you add Shrek as an Easter egg, bro? Shrek as an Easter egg? There's another one. Roblox Fortnite. There's another person, really? Come on, bro. I have a guy that asks me about putting characters from Among Us in my game every stream. And now we have a Shrek guy? Just wondering, how old are you? I am 34. Can you add a character from Bloons? You wanna get banned, bro? You wanna get banned, bruh? Oh, we have some skill points to spend. Let's see here. I want you to use the shield orbs. I'm losing my lives here. Come on. Boom, 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 boom. The damage numbers are a little bit clunky, right? Hey, Cakez. When can we buy the demo? Oh, you wanna buy the demo? Soon. Soon TM. Okay. Soon. Who made the art? I made the art. This is all my art here. We drew this today. Early access demo release, $39.99. Yeah, true, true. Yeah, something like that. How old were you when you started building this game? When I started building this game, I was 31. I started on 2021. Towards the end of 2021 is when I started this game. Yeah. It looks great. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's awesome to hear, man. And I'm still designing this game with a bunch of... I mean, we need to balance this more. This guy is dying. If he's not dying... Good. Place him. Fuck. I lost. Can the user toggle a box on the UI containing the overall DPS of the team? That will be shown after the game's done, essentially. $20 holy, that's 14 years. No, 30, 31, I said 31. I started getting into C++ game development 4 years ago. So at 30. I started thinking about my future at level 28. Before then, I didn't really think about it too much because I didn't really know. I always knew I kind of wanted to do stuff with games, but I never really acted too much on it. You know how you would make a game in Unity and then put it down a couple of weeks later or a couple of days later? That's ultimately like my 20s. So I didn't really make any meaningful things before that. You were in software dev before doing game dev? Doing games, yeah. I was a web developer before. And but that started at, like, I think age 27? Something like that. 27, 28 is when I started to... Yeah, when I started to think about, well, what should I do with my life, essentially. Does this work even here? I mean, it kinda works. Looks a bit odd. His bow? Yeah. Like, we changed the sword and now I have to change the bow, huh? I just love this, you know. I just love this game, you know. I just love coding. It is how it is. But yeah, ultimately, yeah, this is what I'm gonna have to do tonight, by the way, guys. This guy right there that's shooting the arrows. His arrows are shot from the correct location, but the weapon is incorrectly animated, of course. So yeah, we might do this tomorrow. And then meta progression next week. And what I mean, actually we're gonna do meta progression tomorrow. Yeah. Fix it now will only take 5 minutes. You were here yesterday. Did you do the art yourself? Yeah, I do the art myself. Yes, sir. Replace it with a throwable weapon and it's correct. Archer is best class, make class good. Yeah, the class will be good, but we're working on the defender first. I hope you had fun in the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do appreciate the ginormous support from everyone that's joining and watching. You know, that's helping out with tips, trying to make the game better. You know, whether that be some submissions on art or music, sound effects. Just in general, I appreciate it, you guys. I love both, that's why I followed you in the first place. You motivate me, that's why I created sprites for you and more are in progress. Cakez. Yeah, Holden McGroin made sprites for me. Very incredible. It's insane. Thank you, man. I don't know what to say. Okay, anyways, guys. See you tomorrow. Same old, same old. Have a great day, everyone. Peace. Bye-bye.